Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Roy Splanksy, SIOR Chicago Chapter President.
Go Cubs go! Go Cubs go! Hey Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today. Go Cubs go! Go Cubs go!
Hey, welcome to Chicago! On behalf of the Chicago chapter, thank you for coming to the great city of Chicago for this year's Fall World Conference. I promise that this will be an awesome, awesome conference. Now, I made this promise back in April in Scottsdale, and I made two other promises, and in case you can't remember what that is, I said it would be sunny and 70, and that a Chicago baseball team would be in the playoffs. I didn't say which one, by the way. So good luck to the Cubbies. It's only been 107 years. Now, I was going to give some facts, but the nice folks from Calgary put together the list, and there's facts on here. So, Chicago's the third largest city. Route 66 starts right over there. The Chicago Bears have had 28 starting quarterbacks in the last 25 years. We have a river that runs backwards, just like the Chicago Bears offense. But there's something wrong in here. So it says that our industrial market here in Chicago is 1.14 billion square feet, and it's actually 1.215. Which may not sound like a big deal, but that's 75 million square feet, which, by the way, is 2/3 of the Calgary industrial market. So thank you, Calgary, for doing that. Is that bad form? I'm sorry. So in all seriousness, I do hope you enjoy the city of Chicago and have a meaningful conference. I've been going at these conferences for now 20 years, and they can be a whirlwind. There's early morning meetings, late nights at the bars. We should all be very grateful that we are here now at this moment. The real estate markets are good. We have the best talent right here in the industry, and we are in one of the greatest cities of the world. I also want to acknowledge that the Chicago chapter recently lost two longtime devoted SIOR members in the passing of Milt Podolsky and Len Caldera. Both men were leaders in SIOR at a national and local level. They educated new members, raised significant money, and were very generous in their support of the SIOR Foundation. They had a major impact on the perception of our organization and our designation. They were also leaders within their communities. May their memories help inspire us to be the very best we can be. So one last thing, the conferences can take us away from our families, and occasionally it works out for our families to join us in our travels. Today, I am fortunate to have most of my family right here. So please give a warm SIOR welcome to my wife Karen, my daughter Dana, and my son Joey. My daughter's going to kill me later for doing that, by the way. So, enough of me. The best is yet to come. I am proud to call up to the stage our SIOR president, Alan Gump.
Still, it's a real good bet. The best is yet to come. Best is yet to come, and babe.
Well, thank you. I'm going to start off. I don't know. I think everybody here knows Chicago's own Lynn Reich. And when Lynn Reich comes up and tells you to do something, you don't ask why or if, you just do it. So Lynn asked me to tell everyone that on the conference app, the password is lowercase SIOR, correct?
Thank you.
You bet. All right. On the upload for your pictures. Thank you. Thank you. Weren't the Bucket Boys great? That was. That is what I call entertainment. If it was tomorrow morning, it would be torture. Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. Thank you all for being here in Chicago. Our conference registration is up to 870 people in attendance, and it promises to be yet another successful SIOR conference. It is an honor for me to take on the role as your president, and for the last 2 years, I've had the privilege of serving on the board of directors with some truly dedicated volunteers and terrific staff. All are dedicated to making SIOR the best real estate organization and the highest caliber professional designation possible. I'd like to introduce my family. My wife, Kim. I know many of you know my wife, Kim, sitting down here in front. My daughter, Allison Gump, who actually many of you also know, works with me in Dallas with Colliers. And my son-in-law is here with my granddaughter, my 2-year-old granddaughter, Piper, but Piper decided that she was ready to do something else, and like Lynn, you just don't argue with her. My daughter, Lauren, is here, and she is expecting our second grandchild, or as I like to refer to, player to be named later. Thank you. One of the greatest pleasures of serving in my role as Vice President and President-elect has been the opportunity to work alongside last year's President, Angela West. She has absolutely been one of the most dedicated professionals of SIOR, and we owe her a huge round of applause. To see Angela at work is truly inspiring. It's almost as if she is superhuman. So I did a little research to figure out how did Angela how did she become such an amazing leader? Well, it turns out she was pretty much always destined for greatness. And I was able to find a few pictures that sort of tell the story about Angela. And even in her baby pictures, you can see that she had a Wonder Baby kind of persona. And even in the next one, you see it's even more pronounced in the next one. And then as a young girl, there with her brother, you can see the boots and Wonder Girl is coming along. And then even as an athlete, it was obvious that she had a Wonder type athletic abilities. And then even as a graduate, you could see there was something just a little different that she was. And then to the person that we all know today, Angela West, Wonder Woman. Some of you may know that the very successful YP program, or Young Professionals, was the brainchild of Angela. She was also responsible for shepherding SIOR through the strategic planning that we went through over the last year, resulting in the working groups of governance, marketing and branding, education, member segmentation, and thought leadership. And without her dogged determination and leadership, we would not have the results that we've been able to accomplish. Angela, would you please join me at the podium?
All the world's waiting for you.
In recognition of Angela's hard work as our president, earlier this year, a donation was made to the Prologis Courage Classic, a charity bike race that benefits the Children's Hospital Colorado Foundation. Angela has participated in this race for several years. I don't know why they don't ask me to ride in it, but who knows. In addition, just kidding. In addition, Angela, I am pleased to present you with the President's Crystal Award, which is not here. Here. President's Crystal Award. You're welcome. Your podium.
It's been such a fun journey this year to meet each of you in your markets and where you live. I joke with people who ask me if I get paid for what I do in SIOR, and I tell everyone I get paid in calories. So as Alan will learn, and Jeff and Dell, you guys are so generous with your time when we do have the opportunity to come to your chapter. I've had so many great meals, but the real story is that we really get paid in our relationships with you, to get to know each of you and to understand your stories and to watch all of the contributions that each of us are making individually to this organization. It's remarkable. I mean, it just makes me so proud of us as an organization and everything we're doing. So I want to applaud our incoming leadership because they are all rock stars and they have worked so hard to bring everything together to make all of these changes to our organization to make us better. So again, thank you all for this opportunity to serve you.
And there goes Wonder Woman. As we gather here today, it gives me great pleasure to welcome the 52 new members in attendance at this conference. Will the new members please stand? Welcome to SIOR. Please take time to seek out these members and welcome them. I think they should have the new member on their name tag, and I think we all remember what it was like when you came here and everybody seemed to know each other and you knew maybe one or two people. So seek them out, welcome them by introducing yourselves to them. Now I would like to turn your attention to those of you who have traveled far and wide to attend this conference. We have attendees this week from 13 countries. Will all of the international attendees please stand? Each World Conference features an SIOR Global Theme session. I strongly encourage you to attend the breakout sessions. They are designed to give SIOR members a high-level understanding of the various markets around the world. This conference, the session will focus on markets in Mexico, India, Ireland, and the United Kingdom. The session will be held tomorrow at 4 p.m. in the State Ballroom. I'd also like to recognize those attendees celebrating their milestone SIOR membership anniversaries, those with 10, 20, 30 or more years of membership. Will all of our anniversary and legacy circle attendees please stand? SIOR conferences would be impossible without the support of our sponsors and exhibitors. Just as we promote deal referrals between SIORs, we need to encourage business between SIORs and our sponsors, exhibitors, and advertisers, many of whom are SIOR associate members. So please do your best to do business with them. Or as we like to say in Texas, give them one last kiss at the pig. Prologis. Okay, I'm going to mark not to do that one next year. Prologis continues their support of SIOR through the Prologis Speaker Series and the Prologis Scholarship for new members. Tomorrow's Prologis Speaker Series session features Josh Lenkner. We will also hear an industrial market update from Jeremy Giles, President of the U.S. Central Region at Prologis, and an office market update from Dirk Moses, Managing Director of USAA Real Estate Company Office Development Program. Don't miss tonight's opening cocktail party, the Panettone Party. It will be held in this room, the Grand Ballroom, at 5:30 tonight. Panettone also sponsored the Young Professionals Evening Out last night at the Epic. Bank of America is sponsoring today's opening general session and also sponsored last night's leadership conference reception at the Park Grill. And when you get back from dinner tonight, be sure to attend the Centerpoint Properties After Hours Party in Potter's Bar at the lobby level, with live music from the local Chicago blues band Dave Weld and the Imperial Flames. USAA returns to sponsor tomorrow's Bull and Beer session during the exhibitor raffle. Be sure to get your raffle passport signed so that you don't miss an opportunity to win some great prizes. And I know that some of you in this room will be glad to hear that I am not eligible. Yes, yes. Longtime sponsor Rockefeller Group and my good friend Tom McCormick will gather with young professionals and new members during their reception tomorrow night at the Mark. This is an off-site event about 2 blocks from here, and the staff can give you walking directions. I'd also like to say a thank you to Becknell Industrial, First Industrial Realty Trust, Blue Scope Properties Group, Dermody Properties, Liberty Property Trust, Hightower, Prologis International Park of Commerce, Napa Logistics Park, Industrial Property Trust, West Virginia Development Office, Ducktill Creek, The Lease Warehouse, GotRack.com, NAR Commercial, and Globe Street, our official media sponsor. In addition to our sponsors, we have 44 exhibitors at the conference. They look forward to seeing all of you, so please be sure to visit with them. The exhibit hall will be open immediately after this general session. As mentioned, I am honored to take on the role of your SIOR Global President, and I'm very lucky to have an excellent leadership team in place for the next year. Jeff Castleman, Mark Duclos, Jack Whalen, Del Markward, Angela West, Richard Hollander, and the DC staff. Sounds like another blues band. Richard Hollander and the DC staff. Okay, not going to do that one either. As I take the helm of president, our organization is in great shape. We have a projected member total of 3,135 members at the end of 2015. 60% belongs to large firms and networks, and 40% are part of our thriving independent brokers group. In 2013, we relaunched the SIOR candidate program and now have a total of 45 candidate members. We've also seen a 5% in growth in young professionals, but we need to do more to maintain membership growth and continue to attract new members and younger professionals. Almost 2 years ago, shortly after I joined the SIOR Board of Directors, we undertook a comprehensive strategic planning effort. Today, I'm pleased to report on 2 major components of this important endeavor. The first of which is our leadership structure. We determined that SIOR must reinvent our leadership structure to improve the governance process and provide a leadership voice to all segments of our membership. SIOR's current governance structure has evolved over a number of years. Committees were formed for various good reasons, but we sometimes had overlapping responsibilities, and many of our committees and councils operated in silos. We lacked a collaborative structure where all constituent groups were able to communicate with each other, and not all constituent groups even had a voice. The question we ask ourselves is, if we were to create the best organizational structure, what would this look like? No sacred cows. Maybe a sacred pig or chicken, but no sacred cows. We knew that there were several things about our current structure that worked well but needed some subtle tweaks. An example is the Council of Presidents, or COPS. While solid in its ability to bring together the chapter presidents and vice presidents for collaboration, sharing of best practices, we needed to incorporate the regional directors and bring in chapter administrators under the same umbrella. This will allow these volunteers to focus on best practices, networking, educational programs, deal generation at both a local and a regional level. Smaller working board of directors, which is better able to respond to proposals and motions, presented by what will now be one of 2 councils, one representing chapters, currently known as COPS. It will become the Chapter Leadership Council. The other, a Membership Coalition Council, representing SIOR's member constituency groups and streamlined committees. This is where all of our members will have a voice and be able to have an impact. You will receive more information regarding the new governance structure. It will be sent out to all the membership, and we would like your feedback. Moving on to messaging and branding, thanks to Robert Thornburg and his dedicated group, we will also be undertaking an aggressive rebranding in 2016 and beyond. The first step of this process was a logo redesign with an eye towards representing SIOR in all of our marketing and branding collateral with a best-in-class, modern, and professional feel. Today, I am pleased to present to you the new logo. Now, this is where we were. A few people probably recognize that. A few of them might have worn that one. We liked it. This is where we are. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the new logo. The new logo will officially launch at the beginning of the new year to allow time for SIOR and our members to update their collateral material. However, the rebranding doesn't stop there. We plan to implement a full brand reintroduction in 2016 that draws on high-level creativity to elevate SIOR's market position. This rebrand will bring you, our members, an increased value proposition. You will be hearing more about both of these endeavors and other strategic areas as we begin implementation of our strategic plan and annual operating plan that will take effect in 2016. And speaking of 2016, it is also a milestone year for our organization. Does anybody know what 2016 will be? Yes, 75th anniversary. The anniversary will be honored in a variety of ways, but two events that are being planned that you will not want to miss is a party on the USS Midway at the Spring World Conference in San Diego and our fall conference in New York City. The first time we've had a conference in New York City, unless somebody over there can tell me once that we did it, but in the record books we had, you say two, okay. Lynn says two, that's official. Anyway, New York City, which is arguably the capital of office real estate, and I got that directly from Donald Trump. Please be sure to plan to attend both of these events and stay tuned for additional anniversary information and commemoration throughout the year. And we do have one other event, and you all know that one of our events next year will be our first London Regional Conference. So you too can be a winner if you go to the London Conference. I'd like to thank the entire European Regional Conference for all of their hard work. We are looking forward to a great event in London in 2016, and we'd love for everyone to come next June. It will be an amazing time and hopefully the beginning of many to come. We are fortunate to have Bank of America Merrill Lynch return as today's opening general session sponsor, and I would like to thank Bank of America Merrill Lynch for their generous support of SIOR and our world conferences. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you my friend John Manganello, Senior Vice President and Business Banking Market Executive for Bank of America Merrill Lynch.